The guard appears to be less thick than you remember him. Many of his formerly contained body fluids seem to be at large. You search the grotesque body and find a small, thin, magnetic card. It looks like a key card. You seem to recall seeing one somewhere in the past. The hovercraft has been reduced to a mound of twisted wreckage. Everything that was straight is bent. Everything that was bent is benter. There appear to be no salvageable parts. You hear a high-pitched beeping sound coming from somewhere inside the wreckage. You didn't notice it during the flight. It must have come on as a result of the crash. You carefully remove the piece of unstable ordnance and pocket it. Doing so causes the high-pitched beeping to stop.
For some reason, I got this sense of doom right before taking that.
You startle a small creature. It could be a rabbit, but for its green fur and orange spots. Aside from their enormous size, they appear to be your average garden variety mushrooms. The startled bunny has fallen into the formerly concealed pit. You reach into the deep dark hole and pull out the bunny. How the hell did you do that? That hole is obviously longer than your arm.
I guess realism isn't a concern here in the future.
You hear something. It sounds not unlike the hovercraft you wrecked it. Woof, that was a tense moment. Vohaul's thug failed to spot you and is off to search elsewhere. The mailbox looks typical for a mailbox. There is a slot, a tray, and a sign. The sign says Radical Express, when it totally no doubt for sure has to be there a while previously. The tray, which is actually a small indentation in the lower part of the machine, is currently empty. You drop the order form into the box. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while. Then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent. The tray, which is actually a small indentation in the lower part of the machine, is currently bearing what looks to be a whistle. You take the whistle, obviously. The whistle is usual looking. Thanks to some fancy footwork, you are now picking yourself up off the ground after surviving a fall down a small cliff. You seem to have kicked one of the strange little spores. Your kick caused some spores to open and spray a fine powder into the air. As a result, you are paralyzed from head to toe, unable to move a single muscle. Fortunately, the paralysis wears off and you seem to be back to normal. You seem to have kicked one of the strange little spores. Your kick caused some spores to open. Fortunately, the paralysis wears off and you seem to be back to normal. You take possession of one of the spores, being careful not to mistakenly break it open. This is one of the unopened spores.
The swamp water is mostly green. It must be reflecting the green of the canopy of leaves overhead.
Actually, it's more likely the algae. Those leaves are opaque, so they wouldn't reflect back to the water's surface. Now leave the narrating to me.
Just trying to help you out, Mr. Creepy Disembodied Voice that comments on everything I do.
It's a cheetar centaur. Nah, only kidding. It looks dangerous though. The little creature caught in the snare has thick-looking pinkish skin. He looks to be less than a meter tall. He doesn't seem too thrilled with this predicament. He doesn't respond. You quickly untie the little guy. Before disappearing through a tiny hole in the brush, the little pink dude gives you a long look. You can see a little guy across the clearing picking some sort of berries from a bush. You startle the odd little pink dude, causing him to bolt into the underbrush. You shove the unstable ordnance up a readily available orifice of the dead creature. You're a sick man, Roger. You place the rabbit carcass on the sticky vine plant. Nothing like a good explosion to brighten up your day. And you thought you'd have to navigate the maze like vines. You see large, plump berries on the bank of bushes in this field. You snag some of the odoriferous red berries. The strange red berries pack a very pungent aroma. You rub the berries all over your body. Now you smell like a walking ammonia inhalant.
Yuck.
The swamp monster attacks you with its slimy tentacles. Almost as suddenly, it spits you back out. You distinctly hear the sounds of aquatic gagging and retching. Evidently, you had a bad aftertaste from the berries. You have stepped into a deeper area of the swamp. You are forced to swim. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs to near bursting, and head for the depths below. You take the glowing gem. The glowing gem provides a gentle illumination. You're not close enough. Once again, you wisely take in a load of air and head below. You have gotten out of the deep spot and are back on your soggy feet. This stump, rotted and bug-infested, is the final monument to a once strong tree. This tree is dead, and seems to be free of the slick secretions some of the others generate. You begin to shimmy your way up the snag. Crack! Oof. Holy log jams, Batman, you almost bit the big one! Yikes, you have been snared. Suspended above the ground, you are unable to move freely. After a while, the cerebral fireworks begin. Capillaries begin to burst under the strain. You pass out. Once again, time passes. And then, some more time passes. While unconscious, you have the strangest of dreams. You hallucinate that your name is Larry. You are wearing something known as a leisure suit, apparently made of fully synthetic materials and proven to generate large amounts of static electricity. While prowling a locale known as the Land of the Lounge Lizards, you spend your time badgering women of the area to participate in bizarre mating rituals such as... Just then, consciousness begins to creep in. Your head begins to clear and you realize that you have been imprisoned. Your captor appears to be that large oaf sitting near the fire.